Hello, hello, and welcome to yet another stream. So I'm done messing around with all the different stuff in terms of the sRGB stuff. I found a fix for it. So this is a texture that is in linear color space, so we can do lighting calculations on it, and I've updated most of the other materials except the ground. Um, the workflow is pretty simple for it, and we could actually fix the ground immediately just for good measure. So the workflow is just simply doing something like this. Let me find the texture. So was it 10 or I don't know. I think this is the texture. And then I do sRGB to linear here. And that's basically it. So this should, yeah, make our textures have more kind of like depth to them or whatever. So that's great. Yeah, so I built the solar panel, scaled it a bit down. I think it's probably the right size. So I was thinking we should probably start with some iron stuff. Um, so yeah, we're gonna implement some iron deposit stuff. Um, and yeah, I guess we'll make a small Blender model for that. And maybe there's some interesting modifiers. Blender, deformation, modifier. Simple deform. That's a pretty nice effect. And let's see, add a what's the lattice? I don't know. Another simple. How do you apply them? Let's see. Okay, apply and apply. Okay. Let's see, can I subdivide it or something? Subdivide. Blender, subdivide. So okay. And let's do object mode, add another modifier. Uh, so the taper here, I guess. Okay. Let's do edit and extrude this a bit, then scale a bit. Okay. Smooth now. What's, I don't know. What on earth? It doesn't do anything, right? No, I don't know how to use it. What's the warp? No. Yeah, maybe like this. Yeah, that looks fine. Uh, add mesh. Oh, let's see a cube here. Uh, uh, uh. Okay, let's add a simple deform, then bend it. Oh, let's segment it into two first. Okay. I guess this is fine. Maybe twist first. Okay. we go. Okay. Another deform. Seems fine. And then another deform. Okay. And then scale it a bit. And rotate it. Maybe. Mm. Let's see. Okay. No. No. Hiccups, hiccups, hiccups. Oh. Let's try doing this as a start. Let's see. Okay. Okay, this one is more complex, I guess. Uh, uh, let's see. Move group of objects to be centered at origin. Blah, Oh, seems like it happened. I don't know how. I don't know how. There we go. Let's just say this is some iron. Um, do we have any interesting textures for it? I don't know. How about this one? Oh, I can't. What? I'm not. Let me see. Object mode. Oh, I need to apply these. I didn't know. So, okay. Okay. Oh, so we simply add the same material. For instance, something like this. Whoa. That looks weird, but I like it. Isn't that nice? It's too green, isn't it? What about this one? Maybe if we how about this one? It's probably pretty bad. For some reason I like it. For some reason I like it. Ah, well, without the vector stuff, it changed, huh? We could of course make it darker. What about a dirt texture? Or maybe this one. Ah, I mean, maybe I should just select something and move on with my life. Maybe this one is nice. I would like something with a high contrast. Well, this certainly has a high contrast. What happens if I add a tiling like this? It's kind of like inverted of what I would want. What about this one? Nah, I think I like this one better. What about this one? I guess that one is alright. Yeah, we could find a better texture for it eventually, but I'm thinking this is all good. Okay. Let's see, models, iron, iron deposit here, triangulate faces, blah blah blah. Iron deposit. Let's see, so let's load it. There we go. Let's see. Let's do mesh index 5. Material index 5. Let's do it on the first one and see if we just scale it like normal. Let's see what happens. Huh? I like the scale of it. So that's definitely too big. Yeah, okay. So in Blender, let's export that. It's almost a bit too big. Let's just scale it a bit more down. That's pretty fine. Let's create a material for it. Iron material. And it's supposed to be perhaps close to black, but red, green, blue, and maybe a bit more blue in it. Roughness is very high. Yeah, I like that. We just need a different base texture for it. Okay, so let's do texture tools exporter here. And let's see. Iron. Let's do that for now. So solar panel texture ID 6. Then this needs to be 7. Iron. Well, how do you like that? I actually like it. Great stuff. So we have an iron deposit of sorts. Maybe we should scale it a bit less on the Y here. Although it looks weirder that way. Yeah, so I guess that looks all right. As an iron model of sorts, and it's not that tall. I don't know if it makes sense that we can go through it like that, but hi, how are you doing? Maybe even offset it a bit. Maybe scale it as before, but then offset it a bit on the Y. Sure, you're welcome. I don't know if I can answer it, but you're welcome to try. I guess this is all right, right? Maybe just lower it a bit more. Yeah. At least that looks like something you'd walk over. And maybe you would just want more. Yeah, I don't know. Copy, paste, rotate. And add some modifiers maybe. Simple deform. Oh, I don't know why. Yeah. Oblivion, are you gonna ask a question or are you not live or? Let's see. Okay, let's see. Maybe this will end up looking a bit better. And then we could add a let's do scaling on only maybe on this plane here. Yeah, and let's do something like this. Well, uh, I guess it depends on why you do it. I'm just having fun. I mean, doing things just because I want to, and because they kind of make sense to me. So I don't know uh, why you're kind of coding if you're doing it for the income or because you feel like you have to or something. Or are you maybe considering stopping because you're struggling or because I guess it would all be normal, but I mean, it's probably highly individual. Okay, let's see. Let's try this model here instead. Iron deposit. And I probably have to scale it down a bit. And let me see, let me see, let me see. I don't have to scale it down. It looks quite alright. That's pretty good. Okay. So you're trying to make a living from it and trying to help your family? Well, that's meaningful. I mean, meaning is more important than pain, I think. I don't know how old you are. Yeah. Are you a man or a woman or something else? So yeah, so that's probably where we're gonna go about it. Uh, uh, so we could add several fields here. Let's just do a for loop here. Let's just do maybe 6 tiles of iron. Let's see. Oh, okay. So you're like me. You have a job in a different field as well. Are you unemployed from the field of architecture, or does it just not make you earn a living, or let's do mesh data here, and we don't move it right. We don't. And let's do most of our transform data here, but let's set this for all of these objects and only compute the X and Y. I times this plus 1 plus 1. Now, yeah, but we would want to modulo this. I think let's see. So we would want one where we for the first three we could do some bit operations perhaps. Uh, let's see. So first three. Yeah. Well, I think you should go do some internships then. Go visit some companies, try to get a foot in the door, do some programming, and maybe do your stuff on the side. I mean, the burden of being unemployed and family being in debt and everything like that is a real burden, and supporting your family is always meaningful, I guess. So if you get a job as a programmer somewhere, you would start earning some money and you would gain experience, and you could always do your hobbies on the side whenever you feel like it. But what do I know? I'm not you, so I can't say. Okay, so this should be moduloed at least. Uh, No problem, buddy. It seems like a tough situation. Hope you manage to figure out something for the next period of time. Sometimes life is just like, you gotta wait out for better opportunities and just do what you can to make a living. Other times you end up kind of privileged and can do whatever you want, but usually it takes some time to reach that stage. Um, no, it's no problem, no problem. I don't mind. Okay, so right now we are writing two meshes, then uh, and actually we're writing six meshes. We could also do something like just X and Y. It's probably faster. And then me doing a lot of reasoning about how to do it in the same loop. Y less than 2. Oh, it's actually C. C less than 2. C plus plus. C times 0, 1.0. And let's see. There we go. So we could do something like maybe unsigned index 0 and then increment the 0. Increment the index rather. Let's just rotate them each a bit. Transform the orientation equals, and we do rotations around the y. So index times as a float 1.62 or something, and then 0, and then 1. Is it a XM vector? Yeah, so we could do something like XM vector normalize vector 4 here. There we go. And we end up with some rotated stuff. Would we like something a bit less intense here? Well, then they end up maybe we want some kind of like let's do 3. Yeah, these two end up almost similar. So this one is here. So it's kind of like rotating backwards. Maybe we want something way more rotated. Oh, these two rows here kind of like end up getting. Hello, it'll be a kind of like terraforming game, I think. Yeah, I don't care. It's not important right now how they are rotated. Um, Something like what? I know that feeling. Okay, sure. All right, so we've quote unquote implemented some iron, at least a model and a texture for it. So what I'd like to do is actually maybe do some interaction stuff. Do I actually Astroneer? I don't know that one. So I wouldn't know. I haven't actually played any terraforming games, so uh, I wouldn't know. It annoys me that these are kind of like the same, but then again, who cares? Plus X. Oh, that sounds cool. You're in the business. Are you using a game engine or? Let's do this instead, perhaps. Yeah, they still end up somewhat rotated to the same degree. Yeah, okay. Oh, that sounds cool. I've never tried doing anything there. Okay, so uh, maybe we won't want something like an iron extractor. Right now, we have a model for the thing. We did the solar panel stuff. Uh, so let's move that. Iron extractor, well, energy, temperature, water system. Uh, yeah, we need some sort of that. Let's see, I just thought of post effects controls in UI. render front end, update, constant buffer, data from UI. This needs to be coupled. Prioritizing optimization. What do you have in mind? I'm doing a so-called data-oriented design mostly, so that means a more C style and struct-based style of programming. It's usually fast as well, so. Thank you. Okay, so in our builder system here, let's see. Okay, let's see texture. Maybe we don't want to pack the hologram here for this building thing here. So maybe we just want to see, yeah. Yeah. Right now, even with debug mode, we're at 2000 frames per second with OBS running in the background. And yeah, that's without any optimization. So right now we're doing really good. But of course, nothing's really happening. We're doing a bit of post effects and stuff like that. Let's see. So if I disable debug, we will end up waiting on my really slow, really slow. Oh, it didn't really matter much. It got more stable around the 2000 mark. It would definitely show if I hadn't OBS running, but all of these timings here went down to a few microseconds, and the thing we're actually doing is waiting for the GPU to do whatever work we need to do. And I have a very bad graphics card, so yeah. Hello, how you doing, buddy? So I guess it's time to start programming here a bit. So we have the iron tiles here. Right now it's just models. We need to couple it to our game itself. So let's see. We should clean up how we create our game. We should also remove some of this. Since I'm using it to create screenshots for the thumbnails, I'll just disable it with a comment. Okay, world objects, blah blah blah. We'll return to that. Let's not show this. Well, we don't care about that. And let's close this. A month. Yeah, but I'm building the engine completely from scratch. I'm only using these two libraries here, Microsoft DDS Loader and ImGUI. So it does take some time. And right now you can't really do much in the game. I spent like 1 week implementing what do you call it, Bloom and stuff like that. So okay. Okay, maybe I have an idea. Let's do interesting icons then for our solar panel and heat tower. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Um, do we want an in-game screenshot of sorts for these models here? I guess. Let's try that. So let me print screen, paint here. Now let's use GIMP. It's probably better. Also, let's save the file itself. So let's do a new thing here. Let's do 128 times 128 pixels, and let's paste this. Edit, paste. Can I paste it in place? Yeah. Can I actually scale it then? Okay, let's do it in another file. Let's do 512 times 512 here. Ah, almost. Whoops, resize. And let's do like, whoops. Ah. Why I chose something, well, I just started out with DirectX and actually started out with DirectX 12. So let's do a new layer here. I can't see your post, Archie. At least I can't see it anywhere. Yeah, yeah, I can't see any links. So, all right, I'll check it out. Let's see. Well, I guess. Let's see. Aspect ratio. There we go. And how do I scale? Let's see, we can scale, resize all layers. 512, 512. No, it doesn't scale it, I guess. Scale image. There we go. Interpolation, cubic, that's fine. We're still not there. Let's discard this. Maybe. Hello, Mr. Yes, long time no see. I kind of like changed the project from the shooter to this a couple of months ago. This one is going quite alright. I'm feeling like I'm getting somewhere at least. Okay, let's see. Okay, and so right now we're doing this space game here. I just added some iron models and I'm gonna create some icons for the UI here. How are you doing, buddy? Doing. I mean doing. Yeah, I know. He will always be Paul to us. Just got a new suit. Let's see. So this should we do something like, let's not use a fixed one. I mean, crop it a bit here. Maybe you would want something like, well, we could also render a texture by actually doing something like this. Maybe it's more cool. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if it would fit a, you know, what do you call it? A terraforming game. I'm more like some man. The project is called Dr. Man's Rebirth. I'm thinking, have you ever seen the movie Interstellar? Matt Damon has a character in that movie that is called Dr. Man, who gets sent to an uninhabitable. Am I messing around here? uh, he gets sent to an uninhabitable planet, uh, and he's actually doomed to die. So I thought maybe give Dr. Man a rebirth by actually letting him succeed in kind of like terraforming a place and restarting humanity or finding a new home or whatever. So how do we like this screenshot the most? something like that. So I've been looking into how you chemically extract oxygen and yeah, if there's supposed to be any physics, like ragdoll physics or particle physics or something, definitely gonna do them from scratch. It's not that hard since I've already been doing it in the other project. But I won't be implementing a full what do you call it, physics engine. That's just way too massive of a scope. Let's see. Okay. Now this looks better for a thumbnail, doesn't it? Oh, whoops. Let's do something like 536 was about right, 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 right. No, not really. I need to scale the image first. Scale. Yeah. I'd like something that is maybe. Yeah, thank you. Definitely getting close. That's nice. Okay, so can we do something like this? I guess. Uh, 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 now, isn't that alright for a thumbnail? Uh, I guess, but sometimes when I get excited or shout, uh, it ends up making a lot of noise. Yeah, I guess I can add a bit more volume. Let's see. Uh, 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 uh. I added 1 dB more. Maybe it's better. Let's do assets here. Solar icon. Let's do save this, and then let's look up the asset. And let's do the, no, I don't think it's needed for, I'm unsure whether it's needed for the, what do you call it, ImGUI. We're not gonna generate MIPS. Let's see. Solar icon. Okay. Let's try adding that icon. Solar icon. There we go. So I should do some modification of this icon here. But at least it's working. Okay, let's do the same thing for a heat tower here. Yeah, thank you. Let's see. Let's add the heat tower here and get a screenshot of that. Yeah, I think this would probably need to. Let's try exporting it with the. It's for increasing the planet heat. Basically, to me, it was an excuse to do a bloom effect. Let's see, solar icon. Let's try running it. Yeah, it seems more correct color-wise. Let's close these so they don't get in the way. Yeah, change the atmosphere, change the temperature, build up a foundation that is stable in order to implement, use organics and make the organics kind of like accelerate the whole terraforming thing. That's at least my idea. I don't know. If it's boring, I'll just abandon it and maybe do something else. So let's see. And let's do a new icon here. Let's scale this down. Uh, let's see, scale. And let's export this as an asset. Heat tower icon. And the sure thing, buddy. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with me. It was really nice. Sure thing. Feel free to check out the Discord server. Then, if it ever gets released or the source code gets released, um, I'll definitely do it in there. Okay, so let's see. Let's create a texture then for the heat tower and save it as a heat tower icon here. And we should be done. And let's do a loading of that. Let's start out with it so we can immediately see it in our panel. See ya, take care. Okay. Let's turn on the tiles again. Wait, that's the creation. This is the rendering. Let's disable this. Okay, so the idea is something like we could do something like whenever we submit from our builder system, maybe we want the first one to be something that we parse differently. Right now it's a heat tower. The texture is probably fine for now. So when we click our builder stuff here, we actually interpret each hologram. But right now we would know that our first hologram is actually our object itself. So if we do something like this, oh, it was age restricted. I don't know why, but it's nice to see you again. I was wondering what you were doing. Uh, so how have things been? Let's see. Okay, so let's do builder holograms, hologram here, hologram. That's just how the way. Uh, that's just how it goes, I guess. Sounds like almost everyone. And then we would want something like. Let's do. So we know the first one is our what do you call it? Yeah, I actually have our mesh data here. Did I? No. I haven't met anyone who isn't the same way, I think. Let's disable this iron as well. No, this is fine actually. I want the iron here. I don't know. I haven't played Minecraft actually. So maybe the only reference point I really have for something like that is probably Factorial or yeah. Okay, so this is not going to have a transparent flag since it's the first one. But the rest will be the same. Let's do something like first one is the actual building. And then the grid overlays. So if this works correctly, whoops. Oh yeah, okay. There we go. So this builds our heat tower. Let's remove the last thingies here. Um, I mean, probably something like, well, you gather some resources, you put them into a object, and it generates some other material. Maybe you could automate it by using something like conveyor belts or something. I don't know really, but you should be able to handcraft some stuff, I guess, some of it, or at least have the basic buildings to convert them into whatever you're supposed to do. Okay. Can I do something like ImGUI, same line, I guess? Does it have... heat tower. Uh, let's see. Solar panel. Isn't that the way we're actually doing it? Yeah. Heat tower. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, it gets added down here, so we don't like that. Maybe I need to do like this, same line. Yeah, okay. But right now it doesn't do anything, so let's do the exact same. Okay. Yeah, I can't remember the scale. Mesh ID is 4. What's the... I'm working on the building system. I'm just gonna implement the basic stuff for our objects here. Let's see. Before, yeah, I'm gonna end the stream in probably 15 minutes because I'm gonna cook some dinner. Um, so yeah, I started out by doing the what do you call it? Oh, it's 4. Um, iron models here. Okay, this is way too big. The solar panel is way too big. The models have different scale. So this is the scale. And then, oh, it needs to be... I have rotations implemented in the actual engine, so let me show you in a sec. Okay, so we offset it by -5. Yeah, we're getting close to 500. Oh, Okay, didn't this change anything or what? Is it a int? Oh, it's an int. Let's just do a float here. And then inside our application, when we submit it, there's no reason to actually cast it to a float. Xpos. Oh yeah. And we change this. Whoops. Okay, and let's see. Yeah, it looks weird. So let's do plus here instead. Yeah. So now we can drag a solar panel around. Right now it doesn't check what's on the tile. We can drag a heat tower around, create some kind of like area of effect thing. All right, Mr. Yes, are you watching this? I have rotations. I also have a bit of collision checking here. Thank you. I'm also quite happy how it turned out so far. Also, I did a way better renderer API than for the shooter game, so it's way more robust and interesting. I can also generate textures and stuff like that. Yeah. Um, but I think it might be what I'm able to do during this episode, since I gotta cook some food. Yeah, so far we're progressing pretty good. Next, I'll do some actual logic here for the build system and maybe an ion extractor uh, and an energy system. Let's do some, whoops, resources here. Yeah. Let's move this over here so we can find it. Let's see. And let's move this over here. Maybe even crafting should have its own section. Yeah, me too. I really like the project. I've been studying physics and chemistry all morning, and yeah, then spend a lot of time actually. What do you call it? Um, spend a lot of time struggling with the sRGB into linear RGB color conversion because you can't do light computations in sRGB, and we're doing bloom and what do you call it? Gamma correction. So yeah, just gets bad, man. It just gets bad. No. Anyway, let me add back the stuff here. Yeah, I know. I got distracted since my girlfriend and I broke up, and I had to move and yeah, get settled. So I had to do a half a year of a hiatus, but now we're back at it, and I actually think I'm already ahead of the old project. So, but since you're here, Mr. Yes, let's just do one quick little revisit to the DirectX 12 game, the game. So, do you remember this box here? Please load a delicious level with lots of Pauls in it. I wonder what this level does. Oh, almost feels like home, doesn't it? He's wiggling around. The physics system is cooking. It definitely needed a kind of like sleep system. But if I had to do it all over again, I would do it in a different way. Bye bye, Paul. It was good times. It was really good times. Oh, we forgot the most important part. The homemade UI. Yeah, we could add him like, you know, add him like in the background, uh, like hovering over. Um, let's just import him. Let's just do it. Let me show you how easy it is to. Well, I need to fix the texture also. Well, okay. Since you're here and since I'm so happy to see you again, uh, I'll do it. Yeah, it was heavily inspired from ImGUI, but yeah, I'd also do it differently this time if I were to re-implement a GUI from scratch. Let's see. So if I find the old stuff here. Also, this project is better because I have an actual build script where I copy over the resources every time we build, so I don't have to do that manually. Let's see. So project Dr. Man here, models, Paul. Oh, is it the same object? It's the same object. I already have Paul installed. Oh my God. I have Paul installed. Let's see. Is this the texture? Yes, it's the texture for Paul. Okay. Okay, let's add it to our project. It's really easy. UN32. Paul index. Paul. And then let's load a Paul texture. And let's render him. Uh, Paul. I just created some nice APIs that do things pretty neatly. Paul's rebirth. Let's do. And where do we draw our iron? We draw our iron here, and Let's see. Some of it. So we know that we need mesh index 6 and texture index 7. Let's cast a shadow. Let's do a regular sized Paul here. Let's do 3.45. I think it's actually for him. The position here. Let's create him at that spot. And this should basically render him. Yeah, there we go. Good old Paul. Let's see, -10. And maybe we want a different material. Paul's back. Good old Paul. How you doing, buddy? Oh, we need to color correct the texture. Okay, let me just do that real quick. Because with our gamma correction and our HDR pipeline, we can't really handle Paul's stuff here. So let's see, sRGB. Let's do Paul here. He looks too pale. We don't like that. Whoops. There we go. Good old Paul. He back. Yeah. Our sun is up here, I think. Yeah. So we could actually move him. Okay, let's do that. Move him in the negative C here. And let's rotate him around the y-axis by, I think it's 156 on the quaternion here. No, it's the wrong way, Paul. You gotta go in the opposite direction. Let's do 3.15 divided by 2. Oh, you're not moving far away enough. Whoops. Good old Paul. And he casts a shadow over all of us. Let's see if we increase the lights here and move the lights a bit. Maybe good old Paul. Good old Paul. Hello world. How do you like it? Just a little Paul for us. Now that's what I call a scene, right? All right. I just had to do it since you're back, Mr. Yes. I had to do it. Make Paul reappear. Paul wants a building here. Nothing happened. Yeah. It's Paul but bigger. Oh, he reflects a lot of green here. Oh, his normals are totally messed up, I think. This model here, the lighting is so freaking weird on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. The current models I've made are probably a bit better. I like this space guy. He needs a bigger ass and maybe a bit bigger chest, but and this solar panel also turned out quite alright. Anyway, that's it for today. Uh, this is actually the same guy. Uh, Paul is inside this guy. Alright, guys. I'm happy so many of you tuned in and decided to interact during the stream. Today I got a lot of problems solved in terms of the color and the gamma correction and stuff like that. Also, I created this iron material here and I created this solar panel and I updated the build UI. And next we're gonna do some kind of like maybe an iron extractor and then start kind of like doing a resource allocation, generation, simulation. Uh, yeah, maybe, tutorials are really, really, in terms of time, really expensive to do. So, uh, yeah, I don't know. Right now, I really enjoy working on this project. I feel like I'm progressing and I'm getting better at, writing engine code and yeah. So I definitely want to focus on this since I still have a job and yeah, yeah. But the problem is, man, I have a job full time and it's uh, yeah, of course. I imagine something that you just place down on this, like it just has to overlap with one iron tile, and then it's gonna be like some kind of I don't know, maybe extractor, and then you could build a um, factory or something next to it, and then uh, kind of like smelt it. I read that one interesting thing about iron extraction on a foreign planet would be something like some iron might be bound to O2, so you could actually uh, separate O2 from. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you could do that, and I think I'll do that. Um, but then it should also have an O2 component, which is oxygen. So that would probably interact with your ability to survive and maybe even, if you were to do plants on a foreign planet, even though you would have a greenhouse, you would still need oxygen to start the whole plant growing process. So yeah, I'm thinking about some systems in terms of that. Also, with if you have O2 and you have hydrogen, you could kind of like mix that into water. I think at least. And since a lot of rocket fuel is made of H2, I think that the plot could be that he has a lot of rocket fuel and he's able to separate the hydrogen from it, and then he can use that to interact with the iron and split off the O2 and store the O2 and maybe start building some plants or something like that. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna mess around with it and see what seems fun. Anyway, I really gotta go. It was so nice to see all of you again. If you found any of this content helpful, entertaining, or uh, inspirational, please consider supporting the channel in the regular ways. Thank you very much, buddy. Nice to see you. And please take care, everyone, and keep on trucking. Until next time, bye bye.